Would you rather be loved by all or feared by all? Travel forwards in time or into the past? Ultimate ultimatums and diabolical dilemmas await inside the Dilemma Academy. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dilemma Academy. We're your hosts, CJ, Jess, and Demi. And today, we're going to have a chat about memories, the answers to the most important questions, and giving up foods you love. So, with Daisy in the background, let's get started with our answers to the weekly dilemma, which was...
Fish or bird?
Bird!
I'm in fish. Bird.
Oh, interesting. And that's where we'll leave it.
And that's it. We won't discuss why we took those answers.
So how's everyone's weeks been? Seeing as we've had 24 hours since our last recording.
Yes,
we haven't really had much time for things to happen.
I went to the dentist. I went and got new glasses. I fucking hate the dentist so much.
Yeah.
Got my 6 monthly cleaning, which didn't take very long.
Yeah.
Which is good because I fucking hate it.
That's good.
And then they were like, you need X amount of fillings. I'm like, yeah, of course. As per fucking usual.
Yeah.
Just rip all my teeth out.
Take the teeth. What did we do today? I just worked. So it was just a regular old Friday for me. So nothing particularly special about it.
Yes, it's a Friday the 13th. I didn't even realise that until you told me.
I should go and hold my black cat up to the moon.
Yeah, see what happens.
What
it might evolve.
Into a larger black cat.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing that annoyed me today. I realised listening back to our last podcast that we released today, and I got so annoyed because I forgot to put my little unanimous decision sound bites in the last edit, and I was just like, oh my God, my whole world's collapsed.
But we make so much noise anyway, it's fine.
No, but I miss it, man. I'm going to put it in this episode. Yes. I don't care if we don't have it, even if we don't have it.
You cannot put it in.
Just sneak it in.
No.
Viewers, I'm going to sneak it in somewhere, even if it's real quiet. It's going to go in here somewhere, even if there's no unanimous decision. So just keep your ears peeled.
Like we were fucking putting advertising in, but it's just your soundbite of...
Yeah. What else did I do today? I did a workout. Did a lower body workout, calisthenic style leg workout, which is pretty cool. Pretty nice. So got some deep burns deep in my thigh.
Right in the thigh.
Yeah, that was good. The single leg pistol style squats, man, they're hard. If you don't have a barbell or something like a weights, try those.
Is it just like going up and down on one leg?
Yeah. You sort of squat deep on one leg and then, essentially.
Being a gymnast, I had to do that spinning.
Could you? That's cool.
Spin around, up, and then like down, and then back up
and
again.
then back up again? Yeah.
All in one spin.
Yeah. I'm keen to get our kids into gymnastics because I feel like
I'd love to get
it develops so many different like physical coordination like style skills that I wish I had.
And there's no fear. There's no fear in the kids.
Yeah, that's right. You're not afraid of like...
They just flip.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Swimming, gymnastics, and then like a game that involves a ball.
Yeah, I think so. For hand-eye coordination.
And even dancing. Dancing's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dancing builds confidence and dancing builds coordination.
But I feel like that's gymnastics.
Not with like, just like bar or whatever. Rhythmic gymnastics is what I did. That's dancing and coordination and flipping around and doing all that kind of stuff.
That's what I want the kids to flip.
Flips and somersaults and handstands and all that.
I recommend dancing.
I'll put them in a circus class.
Circus is also good.
We can just dance at home. We'll do home dancing. Homeschooled dancing.
Homeschool.
Circus is also really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's no fear.
Yeah, definitely.
I have started trying to master the handstand.
Yes.
I did a few the other night. Got about a 1 second hold at best, I think, on the handstand. Not doing the best at the moment, but I'll get there, I think. I'll learn.
I want to do a stag in an elbow stand.
Yeah.
I think that's my way forward because I've never been able to do a handstand ever.
Yeah.
I didn't have like the upper body strength or the core strength. I'm now developing that. So I want to do like a elbow shoulder stand thingy.
Yeah.
And then do like a stag.
Yeah, you were pretty good at the shoulder stands, elbow stands, what are they called?
Elbow stands?
Elbow stands, like where you're on your hands, like on your forearms.
Yeah, forearms. Yeah, I was on my forearms. So I think that's technically like a, Actually, I can't remember the terminology now.
Some yoga thing.
Yeah, everything.
Headstand.
Headstand.
You can do headstands and then you can like lift your head off as well and do, just a whole variety of different headstands. But I'll just do everything via yoga.
Yeah.
I miss that. Can't wait to do that.
Yeah. It's good fun. It's a bit of a change up from just like weight stuff because I'm also trying to learn a front lever and also trying to learn like a full planche. going to be a long journey.
I don't know what either of those things are.
So it's hard to describe, I suppose, without having an image of it there. That would be a lot easier, but seeing as we're on a podcast, I'll try my best to explain it. So a front lever is essentially, imagine your body completely flat lying down on a bed, right? And above you is a bar. So you reach out to grab the bar. Now remove the bed and maintain that position. That's essentially a front lever. So you go from from a hanging position on a bar, and you kind of pull yourself up into that completely flat level position while sort of supporting yourself in that hold, essentially. So that's like a front lever. And then a planche is kind of the opposite of that, but from a pushing perspective off the ground. So rather than hanging in that position, you're kind of holding yourself off the ground just with like your hands planted, arms straight, and then your body is kind of, essentially... It's not completely flat in that one because you kind of got to roll your shoulders forward to keep your arms and stuff stable. But essentially, that's what you can think of it as, like a mid-air plank where you're holding yourself like stable in that position. So where your feet are off the ground. Yeah. So
learn to do a pike first before you do the thing that I showed you.
Yeah. There's so many different progressions. It's hard actually, like maneuvering the landscape of like how you should train for those sorts of things because everyone's got like. It's not kind of like weights where it's just like go up in weights every so often and change the reps and blah, blah, blah. Eventually you'll go up and up and up. It's like everyone's like, oh, you should do this to develop in this particular calisthenics thing. And then other people are like, no, you should do it this way. And there's like different things as well because there's like the holds and then there's like doing it in like a rep style format and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
there's
so many different ways because you can, after you master being able to do like a headstand or a shoulder stand or whatever, you can even like start doing press headstands and stuff. So you're basically just like flat on the ground or whatever, and then you just like press up into one rather than flipping up into one. Those are good.
My ultimate goal for handstands
really gets your shoulders very strong.
Yeah, handstand push-ups. That's my ultimate goal. That's so cool to see people do handstand push-ups. So.
That's incredibly difficult.
Yes.
If you put your kid into gymnastics,
I'll get that.
Boy, they would do it.
Yeah, they'll do it. They'll do it before me, probably.
Live vicariously through them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
She screamed.
that was my day.
She screamed.
Well, Daisy wants to be on the podcast today. Don't you, Daisy? Who else I put cats?
She's very loud today.
She's very loud today, so I'm not going to apologize. She is our podcast cat.
Yes, everybody loves hearing Daisy.
Yeah.
The couple episodes like she like made a faint meow in the background. People were like, "But where's the cat?" I'm like, "She doesn't want to. She's asleep."
yeah, that's right. Sometimes she wants to come and speak her mind. Sometimes she just
Sometimes
don't give
she
a
just sleep in the other room.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want to get up. We're not going to make her.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's probably as much of an update as we can
It's for
give.
one day. Yeah.
I can give a quick coronavirus update.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Over the last 24
Hang on, I've got to give you the little, corona news updates.
This week on Coronavirus Update.
So overnight we've received there's Daisy again. We received reports of 14 more coronavirus cases, which now brings us up into the 90s. I think it was 94. And what they're actually doing now, which I find really interesting, is they're sort of like categorizing everyone. So it's like, patient 89, patient 90, patient 91, and they're letting you know not who they are, but
Whereabouts?
not whereabouts, but kind of like 34-year-old female traveled back from the US.
That's okay.
So where they've been.
We don't have to worry until they start labeling them patient X. That's when there's something going on.
But yeah, so that's pretty interesting. A majority of the people who have coronavirus are people who have traveled into the country, but surprisingly, there are a few where they're just like have had no contact with anyone.
No, 100% they've had contact with somebody who's gotten off a plane.
Yeah.
Well, they just don't remember it. So.
Yeah.
Exactly. So anyway.
They picked up a glass that somebody had also touched that was overseas recently.
Something like that. So.
Yeah.
And so the Easter show was cancelled as well today.
I'm not sad about that.
No, I'm not sad about that either. I mean, the Easter show is really fun and everything, but you go once.
Where is she screaming from?
She wants a friend. Daisy
She
and Leo
wants
love
her-
each other now. They're the best of friends. And every time Leo's outside and Daisy's inside, she's just sitting over by the window, looking outside, going, please let my friend inside.
Romeo and Juliet style.
But Leo makes too much noise around this podcast station
Yeah,
to be
he's-
inside. So
He's very excitable.
yeah.
Yeah, so I've just found it now. Actually, we have like 92 cases at the time of recording.
Which is Friday the 13th of March.
Friday the 13th. And yeah, it's like, return traveler from the UK, travel from the USA, travel from Switzerland, travel from Philippines.
Okay. So all over the world.
Yeah, it's all over the world. And then there's a few
All
that are
over the
still, details under investigation.
Cull them all. Just get it. Just kill it.
No.
Save lives in the long run.
Pay us all work. The government, instead of the stimulus package, pay us all a month's or a couple of weeks' wage.
Stay at
2
home.
weeks' wage. So everybody stays at home.
It's actually funny how many, like I guess, big, I don't know, politicians and stuff are getting sick.
I know Peter Dutton.
Yeah, so Peter Dutton is...
People are from overseas, if you're listening to this, Peter Dutton is a fucking prick.
Well, like Peter, stuff him.
He looks like a light bulb of a human. He does.
Yeah.
He looks like a human light bulb.
Yeah.
And he's also a dickhead.
That doesn't switch on.
Yeah. There's not much. No, the lights are not on this
Yeah.
light bulb. And he's an asshole. And now he has coronavirus. But he's in hospital. All he does is a little bit of a sore throat and a little bit of a fever. But he
Yeah.
gets a fucking hospital bed.
Yeah.
The wife of Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau
Oh, yeah.
is also
heard that
positive
today
for coronavirus.
So now they're both in quarantine.
Of course, did we say this yesterday? But Tom Hanks and his wife.
Yeah, we did say that.
I think my main issue with this whole coronavirus thing is I feel like it's at a point where it's kind of just as like symptoms wise, it's just as bad as the flu, right?
Yeah.
But like it's such a big deal. Like how many news announcements are we going to get in the months to come? That's like this person has it, this person has it, this person has it. Like when's it just going to stop? Is it going to stop?
They've got nothing better to talk about.
Yeah, that's right. It's just like every single celebrity or pseudo celebrity under the sun that gets it's going to, I don't know, be plastered. It's nearly like bad PR for you now if you have it, in a way. It's like, oh, they've got coronavirus. You know?
Oh, of course. I mean, it just spreads the panic, doesn't it? And like the other thing today as well was they announced that non-essential mass gatherings over 500 are banned now in New South Wales.
Which sounds very
Australia,
1984.
Yeah, it does. So it's like...
Which is a
ooh.
book, by the way, guys, if no one's ever read it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not
Yeah.
just not the year.
And a weird movie.
It is a
Things
weird
are
movie and a weird
developing
book.
by the day. And I think that's how it's going to be like for many months with coronavirus as they try.
I don't think any of us are going to get it. If I do, let the coronavirus take me.
Take me. I think that it will probably be one of those things that everyone or a majority of people ends up getting. It's kind of like if the flu didn't have a yearly vaccine. I think a lot of people would end up getting it, and that's just what this is going to be like. But
I've never gotten the flu ever in my life.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ever.
yeah, I don't think I can't remember myself getting the flu, like the actual proper flu.
I have.
I've gotten some
I
bad colds.
I think
or
you'd
stuff like
remember
that,
if
but-
you had the flu. I've had it once, and it's just, knocks you out really bad for about 2 days. Like you can't really get out of bed. You can't lift your head. It's just like, it feels like you've got weights all over your body. And then after that, it's like a normal cold, but it just lasts for a bit longer.
Yeah, no, I've never had it.
Anyway, I guess we'll just have to see how it all progresses week by week as we record each new
We'll give
podcast. And
Yeah. Have a
Weekly
bit of a
corona.
coronavirus update.
I get a coronavirus email. My coworker and I always make fun of it. Like each week, we get a weekly coronavirus update. It's like this many people have done this, blah, 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 and then it's like we're doing this for the company. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, work doesn't have to send around an email. We've seen it all.
yeah, it's like literally it's the first thing you see or you go on anywhere. It's like
Yeah.
coronavirus update.
Well-
It is still infectious.
Well, I actually work in health, so
You would get an update naturally.
I'm getting an update like every day, multiple times a day of what's happening, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I know. You're
Yeah.
trying to contain it, but you can't.
I found the best resource for me so far for up to date news is the coronavirus subreddit.
They've already got a subreddit. Look at it go.
Oh yeah, they had a subreddit on like day 2 of it being a thing, and there's like a million people on that subreddit or something like crazy like that. So that's pretty good for up to date info. So that's what you're after, and you kind of want a little bit more, I guess, of like an unbiased, source for news and reports and stuff like that. Head over there. We're not sponsored by them in any way. I just find it to be the most useful resource. Shall we get stuck into the daily dilemmas?
Yes.
The daily dilemmas.
I'm sending a fun meme to our group chat, by the way.
Okay, thanks for that, Demi. Maybe share it with the gram so the listeners know what that fun meme was all about.
No.
Oh well, you'll just have to live in imagination and laugh, hoping that what you imagine is as funny as the actual meme was. All right, who wants to go
going
first? Oh, interesting question. Yesterday we were debating it. We were fighting over who gets to go first.
Who went first yesterday?
I don't know. I went first yesterday.
CJ went first yesterday.
Man be woman.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I guess I can go first again. Mine's a bit of a complex one.
I've completely forgotten my question.
Well, you sit tight
remember.
then.
I
I'll
remember
go.
just-
I'll go
okay.
my one because I remember it and I've got the wording in my head.
All right, go.
Okay.
Okay. Would you rather have the ability to touch a photo and go back in time and experience that memory, or to be able to touch any object and see its entire history?
All right. Clarifying question.
Yes.
How long's a moment?
Let's just say like the few. It's like a little bubble in time, and like the few minutes around that
So
moment.
just a
maybe.
couple of minutes. We're just going to like a couple of minutes before and a couple of minutes after the photo was taken.
Yeah. So let's just say like it's a photo
So we've got
of
4 minutes. Say we have 4 minutes of time. 2 minutes before, 2 minutes after.
yeah, say roughly like that. Like, and you wouldn't be able to like go elsewhere either. So you're sort of within the confines of that photo. So it's like a photo of someone you know at the beach, for example.
Yeah, we're
you can't like
observing.
you can't like pop up there and spend like 4 minutes like sprinting somewhere else to try to change the course of history. It's more just to be able to like experience that moment
Yeah.
through the photo, I suppose. And with the object, it's not really so much of a going back in time. It's just being able to see the history of that object, where it's been, how it was made, whose hands it's potentially passed through. Essentially understanding the full history and story of that particular object. So that's the dilemma. It's a little bit of an interesting, weird one, I suppose.
To
But
me, this isn't even a dilemma. To me, this is very easy.
really?
Really?
You say
Yeah.
that all the time.
So I'm like tossing up because I think both would be quite an interesting thing to have.
Both would be incredibly interesting, but I don't think I could pass up like touching a photo and going back to, for example, a moment in my wedding.
Oh, okay. I
Or
see where you're
like,
coming from.
touching a photo and going back to, I don't know, like photos from Nicaragua when I went and saw my family. Like that'd be really nice to go back to and relive.
See, I didn't even think of that. That didn't even cross my fucking mind. I was like, if I can touch an object and read its history, maybe I could solve a crime.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Like touch a knife or something, and then like
Yeah.
see the whole history behind
Yep.
this knife, and be like, it was him. He stabbed her, and then like be some sort of like psychic detective.
Yeah.
How do you know that? I've got magical abilities, okay? Just
Okay,
trust me.
just fucking magic. Test him.
How do we test him for a knife?
Fucking do it.
What are we testing? Stop
Just-
yelling testing.
Test him. It's just me spring with the knife, still holding the knife, stabbing it into the
Ma'am,
sky. Test him.
Put the knife down.
It's like if
Step away
if
from the
I
scene.
would if I were to choose that one, I would go to the British Museum because they scarily have a lot of artifacts and stuff that are not behind glass.
Yeah, I
Like-
don't understand that.
Like they're just out. They're literally like ancient Egyptian artifacts, and they're just right there. Like you could literally go and pick it up if you wanted to. So I'll just go there and I'll just start touching all the
So Jesse's
objects.
getting kicked out of the British Museum.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you go to, when you went to Japan? Did you go to the Samurai Museum?
No, we
So
didn't. go
Logan
there.
and I went to the Samurai Museum, and they were just fucking handing
Oh wow.
antique objects around the room to touch.
Yeah.
They're like there was these like hoof cover things that like horses rode into battle with, and they were
Wow.
like, "Here, would you like to touch it?" And I'm like,
Really?
Okay.
what if I
very,
drop it?
Very trusting.
"Yeah, it was super trusting."
Pretty
It's
cool, though.
Very bizarre,
Wow.
but
to
you
be able
could
to
you could
experience that.
fully touch them.
I mean, that would be very amazing from a historical perspective to, touch like ancient artifacts, and you'd be able to see like flashes before your eyes, going back to Cleopatra days. And not that was actually very very early. You'd have to go like Tutankhamun days and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you could touch a
See
dinosaur
the
fossil
first.
as well. And
Yeah.
go back
Touch that
and
That'd be
dinosaur.
cool.
see what dinosaurs actually look like with skin and flesh. And, there's always that debate, oh, were they super colorful? Like people think they were really, now they're thinking that they were like really colorful, and that some of them even like had the beginnings of like feathers and stuff like that because they think that,
Nah.
they evolved into
I
birds
don't
and all that
believe
sort of
it.
stuff.
No, I didn't believe that either.
Don't believe
Unless
it?
they were poisonous.
They're the same. Look at a crocodile. You know, look at
Yeah.
lizards.
I reckon
They're
their,
gonna be the
their
same.
flesh would have blended in with their
Yep.
surroundings.
Maybe.
Unless they were like, had a poison thing or were
Yeah.
like a colour to warn off others. But then that would have just been to poison, like would have thrown back to like I'm poisoned, don't touch me.
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe there was a red, streak on some of them or yellow, stripes or whatever. But just like what you see in lizards these days, and only some of them. Otherwise, the majority are that, grey, green,
Yeah.
bloody
Well,
brown.
I don't think lizards have any connection to the dinosaurs though, because lizards are cold-blooded, and I don't think the dinosaurs were cold-blooded.
I'm just going from like
Dinosaurs?
an
Whoa.
evolutionary perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crocodiles are cold-blooded, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs
Crocodiles
are
were
cold-blooded.
around crocodiles are very old,
I know.
but it doesn't mean that they were related to the dinosaurs.
What would the biological reason for being coloured?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They
There's
would
no
be.
I'm
biological
not
reason.
defending it. I'm just telling you what I've heard.
Well, they're fucking liars. Anyway, beside the point.
Yeah. You could tell though. That I guess with this one, you could go
Yeah,
back
yeah,
and you
yeah.
could know exactly what
You
it
could
was
be a
like.
paleontologist
Know if
and be
Jurassic
really
Park
good.
got it right or not. So
Did Jurassic what was the accuracy of Jurassic
yeah,
Park?
that movie holds up.
The first one?
The first one. Yeah.
Life Finds a Way?
Yeah.
Not like
like
walking with the dinosaurs. You choose Jurassic Park.
I reckon that you look at any movie that's been ever been made that features dinosaurs. I reckon Jurassic Park did the best job. The original one did better. It did a better job than the latest ones did. This is a bit of tangent time. Tangent time. But it's because they had a lot of they mixed a lot of practical effects in with their CGI, and it looks really good. Go back and watch that movie and realize it was made in the early 90s, and you think, Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That holds
It
up.
is a good movie.
It is.
Yeah.
When you guys went to the Milford Sound, did you feel like when you coming out of that big tunnel into the actual Milford Sound?
amazing.
Did that sound like? Did it feel like Jurassic Park to
Yeah.
you? Because it felt like Jurassic Park to me.
Definitely. It was amazing.
When
Yeah,
Dylan and I
awesome.
were on the bus and we were singing, that on the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we were in New Zealand, I just had the Lord of the Rings soundtrack on the whole time because that also felt very.
Oh,
God,
definitely.
I would have,
right.
I would have
Having that
snapped
on.
that CD in half and chucked it at the fucking window.
Yeah. But what do you guys? Which way are you guys leaning? Jess, you're leaning towards the photos.
The
still?
photos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I haven't I don't know, I haven't gotten married. I don't have any kids, so it's not like
Yeah.
I want to go really
Go
back.
back,
And then my
yeah, yeah.
sister's only recently been married, so I still really remember the day quite
Yeah.
vividly.
No, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Like I maybe don't remember your wedding as vividly as I do. I remember some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Kind of
remember
blows
things
past,
like,
though.
oh, this guy did this. Like I don't remember Addison split his pants.
Yeah.
I only vaguely remember that happening. I don't remember you dancing with your tie on your head.
On my
That's on the
head.
video.
Yeah, no. There was a point in the night where I kind of didn't remember too much either. But, I mean, I'm just going to say this as well, just in relation to this one. It doesn't have to be your photos. You could go back and experience, a few
Yeah,
minutes
but,
of time from the 1920s if you can find an old photo from
Yeah,
a
that's
club
true.
back in the 20s
But
and you
then,
want to know what that's like.
Eh,
Meh.
meh.
But that's it. You get to experience that though. So that's different to the object where you just get the understanding of what happened to it. Like you get to sort of see its history. It's different to experiencing a part of history.
I know I'm just not drawn towards the photo thing. Like I think
Yeah.
it would be interesting, like the photo of JFK being assassinated or something. If you
Yeah.
held that, and go back and watch it happen, which would be really interesting.
Yeah, that would
Even
be
though it's
very
on
interesting.
film and you can see it, but
Yeah.
experiencing it would be a whole different
Yeah.
thing. Or
Yeah.
like Adolf Hitler in the car,
Yeah.
moving his hand.
You could walk on the
photo.
moon.
Oh, wow. That's
We
amazing.
could be on the moon.
Yeah.
But still I'm not especially
Nah.
drawn.
I could walk on the moon. Nah.
I could just go touch a piece of moon rock.
Yeah. But you don't get to experience it though. You just get to see what it's been through. And I think that's
It's just
different.
being on the moon for
That's good.
thousands of years.
Yeah, well, that's
by
pretty
itself.
much what you would see, I suppose. I mean,
Yeah, no, I'm not just. I feel like I'd have more fun solving crimes by touching objects.
Yeah.
touching objects.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair. That's a fair call to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
What about you?
I'm leaning more towards the photos, I think. I
Yeah.
feel like that would be I don't know, I'm just trying to think about all the objects that I could potentially touch, and I feel like I wouldn't really be able to use that as much as the photo thing. I think I wouldn't over abuse the photo thing. I think you could probably have people that would, I don't know, get addicted and want to just live constantly in a particular memory or something like that and be always going into the photo because it's better to be in there than it is to be in life. That sort of slippery slope style thing. But No, I think I'd be able to control that, and it would just be nice to be able to go back and like experience memories. I mean, we're going to be parents soon, so like imagine 10 or 20 years in the future when like kids are all grown up, and you'd be able to go back and just experience them as kids again. And I think that would be a very nice thing to have and to be able to do. And you could go back and experience lost loved ones as well for that in that moment. I don't know. That would be nice in a way as well, I think.
Yeah, they're both really nice in different ways.
Yeah, I feel like I could do. People could bring me like their loved one's jewelry or something, and I could like hold it and then tell them like all
be an
about their loved
actual
one.
psychic.
Always use my already somewhat psychic abilities to then add that on.
Profits.
Profits,
Cash.
yeah.
Get that cash.
Step 1, gain psychic abilities. Step 2, profits.
Yeah. Like I just live as a psychic.
Cool.
What a day.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, I guess that was a fairly quick one, I suppose. We're all fairly in agreement on, well, I mean...
Not in agreement.
Not in agreement. I mean, well, I guess we agree that they're both good things.
Yeah, they are. Like
Yeah.
they're both nice. That's neither of these is a bad thing to
Yeah,
have.
No,
this is actually a nice question.
Which is very different to what
Yeah,
we
it's
normally
normally like, did you want to do this really awful scenario,
you
or
wanna
do you
just
want to
die?
do this bad scenario? Do you want to die by infinite torture, or do you want to die by infinite sadness?
Yeah, they're normally the questions that we've been having.
So this
lately.
is a nice change up. I mean, the good
nice.
thing about the object one, I suppose, is that you're not limited. Like with the photo memories thing, I suppose you're limited to going back as
only
far
a
back as
few
photos
moments,
go.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's true.
So once the photos don't exist anymore, then you can't go back further than that.
Would you like extend it out to pictures or?
No, like photo. It has to be photos.
It has to be a photo.
Yeah, so drawings and stuff don't count because it's
No.
not a moment. Do you know what I mean? It's
suppose.
it's not it's not a captured moment. It's
Yeah,
just a
yeah,
depiction of a moment. So
guess.
it's a bit different. Whereas like touching the objects, you could go back in so far in time and experience ancient, well, not experience, but see the stories like of these ancient times and know if historians were right. You know what I mean? Like you could go and touch one of the houses from Pompeii and see what that was actually like.
Yeah, that must be so interesting.
It'd be pretty
I just think it was
interesting,
so interesting.
You could touch the sword of a Greek soldier and go back and experience what journey that sword's been
Of
on and their
course.
life and what war was
It'd be
like back then. And
incredibly
stuff
interesting. I mean, I would love to do that as well. I did both ancient history and extension history in school because I absolutely love history.
Fucking
And
nerd.
I know history.
Why are you not a history
nerd.
teacher? Was Henry in either of your classes?
He was. I can't remember if Henry did extension. He possibly did.
Our friend
but
Henry is
he-
a history teacher.
Yeah, but I think he definitely was in our ancient history class.
Henry was definitely in our ancient history class. Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
remember.
just can't remember. I don't know. This is going back like 10 years now.
Henry was in my English class.
I do not remember.
Yeah.
In fact, I still cannot remember my question.
God, we'll remind you.
I can't.
What would be the first thing you'd go for? What would be the first object, Emmy, that you would like if you suddenly inherited that power now? What would you go for as the first object that you would test your?
I would
thing
go and grab a piece of jewelry from like my nan's.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice. What about you, Jess? What photo would you go
What
straight
photo
for? Yeah.
would I go straight for? Oh,
This one with all of us in it.
yeah, I think that one.
Yeah, something from the wedding day.
Yeah, it's a photo of basically our wedding ceremony, and like I'm already down the aisle, and we're sort
Nearly
of just
over by
there.
this time.
Yeah, it's like nearly the end of the ceremony, and everyone's like bridesmaids are standing on one side, and the groomsmen are standing on the other side, and all the guests are sitting down. Yeah, I would go back to that one.
That's nice.
CJ?
Nice
Yeah.
memories. There's a photo from years ago, and it's me and Jess and my brother Addy.
I
My
thought you were going
friend-
to say the one of you and Robert and Addison and Conrad.
Oh, that would
in
be
the
on
white.
the list. That would definitely be on the list, but no, it wouldn't be my first go-to. Me, you, my brother Addy, Conrad, our friend, and Dad on segways in the Blue Mountains.
Oh wow,
I would go back and experience that memory.
that's a very
Why was Conrad there?
I don't know. That trip was bad because that was the trip that Addy did his knee because he got drunk. Okay, story tangent time because I got to tell the story.
It's a pretty funny story.
Yeah, so Conrad, our friend, came on with us that trip. I think it was kind of to help keep Addy company because like you came with me,
Yes.
so we had each other, and Addy had Conrad.
so Addison
no
could
homo,
bring
but
a friend.
Okay.
Yes.
And he picked
Conrad.
Conrad.
Addy got drunk one night, I think on vodka cruises, and then him
Oh,
and
yes.
Conrad decided to try to break into the pool area because it closed.
They wanted to go to the spa.
They wanted to go to the spa together.
So romantic.
It closed at 10 p.m. though, and it was like, I think it must have been like 10:30 or something like that. So they were like, oh, okay. Addie was like, I'll jump over the fence. But it's one of those fences that has like...
So hang on, sorry, stop. Conrad is like 6 foot, nearly 7 foot.
Yeah, he's very
and Addison,
tall.
Yeah.
he's not short.
No, he's like closer to 6 foot, I suppose.
But
Yeah.
Addison, the shorter one, was jumping the fence.
yeah.
Addie was also probably the far more drunk one at the time, so it's probably more like keen to do it.
Far more vodka cruised.
Anyway, so like, I wasn't there for this, but anyway, Addie tried to jump over the fence. One of those fences that has like the things across the top that's like designed to stop people from climbing over it, so it's not an easy fence to climb over. He gets to the top, falls forward, his foot gets caught between the two things at the top, and like had a little bit of weight on him back then, and his whole weight has fallen and like twisted his knee. And I'll always remember Conrad running back into the room, like smiling, a smile on his face. Is like he said something like, I don't know, like, guys, come quick. Addie tried to get into the pool area, and he's really hurt. It was just that was bad. Addie was like in a wheelchair and stuff like that to
I can
leave.
hear smiling Conrad say that.
Yeah, I know, and you can see the smile as well on his face, but. Yeah, that was not a good holiday, but that moment from that holiday was quite fun. I would go back to that. Yeah,
That's a very particular photo. Where have you last seen that photo?
it was a while
I've seen
ago.
the photo. I know what photo you're talking about.
Yeah, it was just I found this series of photos like randomly on a USB from ages ago. They're on
that's
one of my
nice.
hard drives now, but
No, I do remember
we all
riding the
looked so
Segway.
dorky with like we had our helmets on.
Well,
and
yeah,
stuff
you
like
had
that.
to. You're riding the we were riding the
Yeah.
Segways. Like I just
Off-road Segway.
Yeah, it was
pretty much.
off-roading. Like it wasn't just, oh, we're going to ride the Segways on this like road or this little circuit area. It was actually proper off-roading, and I stacked it because there was a rock that like kind of got caught in my Segway wheel, and then it made the Segway just completely go off balance. And that hurt.
I've never ridden a Segway.
Oh, it's fun.
I want to.
Yeah, it's good. You just can't lean too far forward or
Fall
too
flat
far back.
on your face.
Yeah.
Flat on your back.
Yeah, it's a bit it feels a bit counterintuitive at first, but you get the hang of it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Wrap up that dilemma.
Yeah.
Move on to round 2.
All right.
Do
I'll
you
go.
know what your one was
I
yet?
am really suffering from pregnancy brain at the moment.
Okay,
This is the first time I'm like
I'll go-
literally racking on my...
I remember what yours was.
I remember too. I wrote it down. I'll go, then we'll remind us.
Oh
of
my
what
god,
yours
Okay,
this
alright.
is torture.
was. We'll just torture her for a little bit more.
You go first, Tony.
My
Take it away.
question is, would you rather ask one question which is answered 100% accurately, or ask 3 questions and have a 50-50 answer?
Oh my god.
Okay, so to clarify, right, you get, with the 3 questions, you get what? You get presented 2 answers knowing that one of them's right and one of them's wrong?
So we had this little conversation earlier.
Yeah.
So when I originally thought of the question, it was just like you get given one answer
Yeah.
and that has a 50-50 chance of being right.
Okay, all right.
Or you have so you've got 3 questions.
Yeah.
It's like flipping a coin. You could get heads 3 times. So you could get 3 wrong answers, or you could get 3 right answers.
Would
It's
you?
a 50-50 chance.
Okay, so in this version of the question, would you know if you got the right answer?
No.
So you'd always just never know.
You'd always never know. Or you have one question that is 100% accurate.
Yeah, I'm probably leaning towards the one question then. I think.
I feel like this question is very telling of your propensity towards gambling.
Yeah, I'm not a big gambler.
Yeah, and like I'm not a big gambler either. So
I don't think it is because
really,
with gambling, you
It's
know
like
if you've
3
won or
chances.
lost. You know if you've won or lost. In this, you wouldn't know. It would drive you mad if you asked.
but
I
for
don't
some
know.
people, it may not drive them mad because they're getting a possible answer to 3 questions.
But if it was the other, so CJ, when we were discussing this, you
Yeah.
thought you'd get given 2 answers for
Yeah.
each question.
Yes, one of them being right,
One
and
of them being right,
wrong.
one of them being wrong. But then you could just, why would you bother? Because you could just live both ways.
What do you mean?
So like if you were asked a question, I'm like, should I buy a lottery ticket?
Yeah,
And one of the answers was yes, and one of the answers was no, you just buy it anyway.
I suppose. Yeah, but I mean, would that really be a question? The one question that you would ask, like one of those questions? Like,
No,
should
I'm
I buy a
just
lottery
using that
ticket?
as an example.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose, yeah, in that if you ask a yes or no answer, I guess you would get a yes or no answer, and then it's kind of like, well, what's the point in asking a yes or no answer if you chose that option? Do you know what I mean? Because it doesn't give you any potential. You'd probably use that more for like, I don't know, like what really killed the dinosaurs, for example, and one of the answers would be, a giant comet, and one of the other answers might be
Bill Clinton.
aliens. You know what I mean? Like, and you know that one of them's right, but one of them's wrong. At least you kind of know that one of those options is right. That's how I would see that version of the question.
Yeah, but then you just be like, oh, it was most likely a comet. Then you know which one's the right one.
Yeah, but it could have been aliens.
It couldn't have been. So it's the 3 questions. You give 1 answer per 3 questions, and that answer has a 50-50 chance of being right.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'd probably go towards the 1 question then. I couldn't live with not knowing whether the answer was right or wrong. How does the world end? It ends in 5 years from another pandemic. But it could be wrong. How could you live with that? Like, what's even the point of being able to ask the question then if you're not going to know whether the answer is right or wrong? That's how I'm thinking about it.
Because it could be right.
It could be, but you
could get
know.
3 right answers.
3,
You could get 3 wrong answers. You get 2 right, 1 wrong. Like,
it would probably be a different story if I knew whether or not it was given to me was the right answer or the wrong answer.
Well, then there would be no point to asking them.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm definitely leaning more towards the 1 question. I'd like to know what your guys' thoughts are.
Yes, I would have to agree. I think that I would rather think long and hard about, the perfect question to ask and make sure I get the correct answer. Rather than try and ask 3 questions and go, oh, okay, all right. So, I've got some material to work with. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but, I guess the chances are you can get like 2 correct answers, for example. And that's why I think it's more like gambling, because it's like you're playing the odds, right?
Yeah, it is. You're playing the odds.
Rather than getting a sure thing. It's like, what's a comparison to like gambling where it's a sure thing? Investments most of the time. Investing is kind of like gambling. I don't know. Putting money into a short-term deposit. Is that what they're called? Term deposit bank account. Term deposit bank account. You are going to get X amount after X amount of time.
Yeah.
You are. And then, but you could put the same amount of money on, all on red at the
all on red,
roulette.
baby.
And it's like, oh.
But even that's a little bit different though, because I think with any form of gambling, like at the very least, you know what the result is. If you lose, you lost. If you win, you won.
Yeah,
Whereas
but this
here,
is
you
like,
don't know.
but this is
That would
like
drive you crazy.
right. No. But this is like right before you do it, though.
Yeah.
It's like I have $50,000, and I could either put it in a term deposit and get 5% back over 5 years, or you could put $50,000 on red and potentially get $100,000.
Yeah,
all up.
But I guess what I'm saying is that you would know, though, with the gambling. If you went with the go with the roulette, you would know if you won or lost after you bet the money. With this, after you ask the question, you'd get an answer.
So.
You wouldn't know.
I still think it's gambling. In my mind, it's gambling.
It definitely is. But you just wouldn't know. You would then have to just make the choice yourself as to whether you think it's right or wrong. It's like someone said, pick heads or tails, and they flipped the coin, and then they didn't show you the result, and they said, oh, it was heads. You would never know if it actually was heads or if it was actually tails. Yeah, exactly right. You wouldn't know. That would, I don't know. I couldn't do it. At least, yeah.
I couldn't do it either. I would definitely pick the one question, 100% accurate answer.
Yeah, I think so. Like I just, you do have the potential benefit, I suppose, of getting like 3 really important questions answered, but without being able to know for sure whether it's right or wrong. Like, I don't know, like you could go, the only way I could see it is like, you could say, take 3 weeks worth of lotteries, for example, and go, should I buy a lottery ticket on this date? You'll get a set of 3 answers, either yes or no.
Yeah, that's another way to do it.
Yeah. And then just buy one on, but
playing
yes
the
or no
odds,
again, it's like
playing the odds.
No, but that's not even playing. Now that I explain it out loud, that doesn't even make any sense because your odds remain the same regardless of whether a yes was correct or no was correct.
Yeah. Still 50-50.
It's still a 50-50 chance. So it's just, I guess, actually, you know what? No, I guess what that does do is it means that you've got a 50% chance of winning the lottery on those 3 weeks. Because you've got a 50% chance that the answer is yes, which means you win. So what you are giving yourself in that option is potentially, definitely a 50% chance of winning the lottery for 3 weeks in a row. That's pretty good, actually.
CJ's like...
Whereas with the other one, if you ask the question, should I buy a lottery ticket this week? And the answer is no.
You're like...
What a waste.
Great.
Actually, you know what? I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards the 3 questions now. As much as I was hoping for a unanimous decision, I feel like, geez, that's a pretty good compounding.
I feel like you could use it to rort the system a bit.
Results, like
definitely
with a yes or no.
If you ask the right question,
it essentially a yes or no question essentially gives you a 50% chance of a yes for whatever you wanted. You know, so.
Yes.
I think I'm going to go with the 3 questions. Okay. I'm changing over. I'm going to go with the lottery ticket every week. Should I buy a lottery ticket this week? Yes or no? Doesn't matter. It makes the odds 50% one way or the other. Got to use them math skills, guys. You're not always going to have a calculator in your pocket.
Oh my God. No, I'm still defos choosing the one question.
Yeah, I'm choosing the one question as well.
Yeah? Do you guys seem pretty set on that? Well, would you have like a one question in mind that you would ask?
I have, but I'm not going to say it out loud.
Not gonna say that
I don't really have... I would have
a rough theme, like is it just related to like life, the universe, and everything?
Mine's related to life. Like mine would be a very long-term question.
Jessica's question is a paragraph with a question mark at the end.
Yeah, with lots of inclusions.
That's all right. How many footnotes do you have?
I have to draft this question.
And this fucking
that's right,
big, massive Cheshire cat that's granting us this is like, can you say that again?
Exactly.
In the potential future of my life, which may or may not be. Very ambiguous question. It's like, how do you even...
Written like legislation.
Yeah, definitely. It wouldn't be ambiguous. It would be very specific. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay, sorry.
That's why you have to draft it in a very particular way.
Isn't it like ambiguous
in this question, the definition of the
No,
man
it's not
is...
ambiguous specificity. It's very specific.
Yeah.
Taking into account everything.
Okay.
Including but not limited to.
Yeah, but see, that's ambiguous.
No, it's not.
It is.
I hate it when...
It's so broad.
Technically speaking, it's not. But anyway.
No, I fucking hate it. When I write, because part of my job is to read legislation. I fucking hate reading legislation because it's all that shit. It's like, including but not limited to A, D, like, and then it goes down and then it's like at the end it says, or any other development. And I'm like, the fuck? Couldn't you just put all development at the top and then just not give me a list?
No, because the examples at the start make it less ambiguous.
No, I hate it. It's you that writes these things.
It shows the intention behind the clause.
No, I fucking hate it. It's so shit. I've sent you one. It's like, the definition of a fish is blah, 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 or any other aquatic animal. And I'm like, no, it's not. That's not the definition of a fish.
That's the definition. Just say, any aquatic animal is a fish.
Fin.
No, because it's too broad and ambiguous.
No, why put it at the end?
Demi, a fin is a part of a fish.
What?
Don't worry. Bad joke.
That was a bad joke. That was like Logan level.
Yeah, don't be doing that.
Don't.
You're becoming a dad. We don't want dad jokes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You better fucking check yourself before you wreck yourself, CJ.
All right, well then I don't think you're going to get your unanimous decision, CJ.
No, I'm not pandering to the unanimous decision.
Okay.
I'm being honest with my answer.
I'm surprised that you flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah? Why?
I originally thought you were going for the 3 questions.
This pattern of questioning my
No,
answers.
we're not yelling at you this time.
Yeah. This time we believe you.
This time I'm surprised that you started with the 1 question, then you flipped to the 3. I thought you were always going to pick the 3.
It was a last minute flip. I feel like I'm like the person that last minute flips.
Yeah, Jess flips a lot of times.
Yeah.
Jess is a flipper.
That's
I flipped once, I think. That was it.
At first, I just couldn't see any point in choosing the 3 questions, but then when I discovered my little...
The mathematical probability.
Yeah, my little 50% chance of winning the lottery, I was like, shit, yo. I'm going to go with that, thank you very much. And I don't think I have a question that is so important that must be answered over that percentage chance of like winning the lottery or something like that. So that's why I changed.
Very
Myths. Quick maths.
Quick maths.
All right, Jess, you're up.
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
No.
All right.
I'll give you
Why
a
didn't
hint.
I remember my question?
I'll give you a hint.
Was it that?
Cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I remember now.
Okay.
Okay.
So my question's a good one, and it's going to break Demi.
After Jessica was like, can't remember. Mine's a good one.
Would
It is
you?
gonna break me.
Okay, so my dilemma is: would you rather have to do a low-fat diet for the rest of your life, or a low-carb diet for the rest of your life?
All right. And so clarification.
Why you be like this?
By low, we're like
No
referring to
breaksies.
pretty much like cancelling it out altogether.
Yeah,
more
pretty
or
much
less.
like so that you don't die. Obviously, you have to have your minimal,
Yeah.
small amount of carbs that you'd find.
Yeah.
Like if you eat cheese, right? And you look at the you look at the nutritional information, and it's like basically 90% fat and like 2% carb. So you're still getting a little bit of carb.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
fine.
I don't know what the minimum is like. I think when they do the low fat diets, I think it's like you put your intake down to like 10% of that particular thing, which I think equates out to like 20 or 25 grams. It depends on your size and stuff like
very
that, but
minimal.
it's essentially like one tiny serving of that thing per day, and that's sort of all that you get leeway for. So
Yeah.
I don't like it.
you know, like I was saying before, like it pretty much takes like pizza out of the equation because that's packed with carbs and also packed with fat. So
Well, you could still have pizza.
No, how could you?
Because you could have, like, if you chose the high carb one, then you could still have, the normal pizza base, but you wouldn't be able to have cheese.
That's fucking not a pizza then.
And you can only have, like, vegetables on it.
No.
Or
Well,
very
I'm
clean
vegetarian, so
protein.
I only have vegetables on it anyway. But
no cheese.
makes the pizza.
Nope,
I
sorry.
fucking love pizza.
Cheeseless pizza.
It's my favorite thing in the whole wide world. If anybody says, Demi, what do you want to eat today? And I'm going to fucking say pizza. Could be 8:30 in the morning, and I'll eat a pizza.
yeah,
Or you could have, like, one of those awful cardboard bases
No.
where it's like there's no carbs at all. It's low carb base.
Gross.
cauliflower bases.
Yeah, something like that. But, crispy, cardboardy. And you can pack on the cheese.
No.
You can still have
Not the
pizza,
same.
though.
Not the same expression. Would you say that pizza is like practically your favorite food?
Yes. Not practically.
It is.
It 100%
Top of the
is my
list?
favorite food. My favorite food in the whole wide world.
Wow.
Never had a bad pizza in my life.
That's a big claim.
Yeah, that is a big claim.
It's massive.
Have you ever had a bad pizza?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where?
I don't know, like,
I've had some bad ones from Domino's and
Yeah.
Pizza Hut, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah.
No, every pizza I've had has been like
At least good.
at least a 7.
No,
Wow.
no. You've had a good run then.
You have some weird kind of obsession with pizza.
I love pizza. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah. Well, say goodbye.
No, I won't. I won't say
Do you want
goodbye.
the fluffy base or do you want the cheesy, stringy,
Don't.
Gooey
bubbly?
cheese.
Why you do this?
We couldn't have like, you couldn't even just have like a, like that old, you got to throw in a bit of a function later for the fam bam, got some cabanossi and block cheese with some
Oh
Jats
my!
crackers.
Why
That's very
are you
Australian.
even-
Oh, yeah. Couldn't have that, though.
overseas listeners.
Yeah.
Jats is a biscuit.
Jats is a biscuit.
It's not really a biscuit. It's,
It's
a
a
cracker.
cracker.
Is it?
Do you know that in
Jats
America
crackers.
they call
Mum and Dad used to
Like-
call you ball sack with Jats crackers.
what the hell?
Yeah, it's a very English thing to do.
Yeah.
What?
You got whacked in your Jats crackers.
That is
It's
so
like your
weird.
Reg Grundies is your undies.
Yeah.
What?
You ever heard that?
No.
Yeah. You've heard that before. You just don't remember.
Nah, man.
People have said
I
it to
feel
my
like I would
face.
know that.
Yes, they have. You didn't know
Okay.
that?
No.
Hit the frog and toad.
What's that?
Hit the road.
Who even says this stuff?
It's English. It's really English.
No idea.
Yeah.
What's a frog and toad?
Hit the frog and toad. It's like hit the
Oh,
road.
frog and toad. Well,
Yeah.
why is the frog and the toad
that
the road?
makes sense. It rhymes with.
It's
road.
just is it just because it rhymes?
It's just yeah.
That's one of those things.
The English are weird.
Yeah.
Yes, they
Anyway,
are weird.
Jats is a cracker. Cheese is cheese and cabanossi.
No, I was saying in America they call like the little dinner roll that you get at KFC a biscuit.
No, that's a scone.
Oh, that's still weird.
It is still weird. You
not a
fucking
biscuit.
weirdos. It's not a biscuit.
Yeah.
Biscuits
Yeah.
are biscuits.
Biscuits is a
Yes,
is a scone.
Australians call biscuits what English people call biscuits.
Yeah, because
Biscuits are
they're
different-
biscuits.
Different for Americans.
It's like a sweet thing.
It's like in America, pie is dessert. That confused the hell out of me for so long until I finally realized that
It's
Americans
like
call
apple
pie
pie,
dessert.
blueberry pie. Yeah.
But not even that. It's like, do you guys want to? Sometimes they call
But it-
pizza pie as well.
Yeah, that's
They're
fucking weird.
interchangeable. It's like, you guys want a pie? It's like, do you mean dessert? Do you mean pizza? What the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, they're called pizza pies?
Pies, yeah.
No, that's wrong.
Yes, I agree with you. It's wrong, but they call it that though.
Yeah, they do.
Some
But
parts of
that's-
America call it a pie. Do you want to order a pie?
That is so... No, that is so weird. It's a pizza.
It's a pizza pie.
Or
Nah.
it's Zars if you're us. Zars and
Zars.
BGs.
Yeah.
What are BGs?
Board games.
Oh, okay.
You've never been on a chat with Robert when he's like Zars
No,
and BGs?
No. SARS and BGs.
Just
CJ
thought he
has.
was asking for
CJ
some
has.
weird sex thing. Someone give me some Zars and BGs.
But that's like the English calling dessert pudding. And for me, it's
But
like,
isn't
oh,
pudding an
you
actual
have
thing?
pudding? Like, do
I thought
you
pudding,
have self-sourcing pudding?
I thought pudding was
chocolate
like custard
pudding?
to them, right?
No, pudding's just dessert.
Yeah, pudding's their word for dessert.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like it.
And whenever they
What
say
was the fucking
pudding,
question again?
it makes
Why are
me
we talking
want
about
pudding.
this?
Low carb,
Oh, yeah.
low carb or low fat?
Don't even.
Crispy pizza or cheeseless pizza?
You know what I will say though? That sugar is a carb technically.
Yes, sugar is a carb.
So low carb means low sugar, which is very healthy for you. But if you like your sweet stuff, then see you later. Low carb diet probably allows like a 1 teaspoon of sugar max in a day.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's really hard.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, there
But
are
like,
some things.
give me examples of what fats would fall into the fat category.
Well, anything with fats, I suppose. So oils are fats, cheeses,
Things like
What about,
avocado.
what about
nuts
things like
and-
peanut butter and stuff?
Yeah,
oh,
peanut
yeah,
butter.
peanut butter's out.
Peanut butter's
No.
peanuts. There's a lot of
I
fats,
love
so it's
peanut
healthy
But
fats.
I'm sure
but
you can
fats.
have like Vegemite though, right?
Yeah, Vegemite's
Butter?
pretty much just got nothing in it.
No, butter's fat.
Butter
Like
is
a
just
little-
fat.
Butter is nothing but
A little
fat.
bit of butter.
No.
You could probably
have a
have
little
like
bit of
a
butter?
teaspoon of butter.
A day?
Yeah.
No.
And
I reject.
and and then I guess carbs, like we all kind of know what carbs are, like breads and
Sugars,
spaghettis and
grains,
sugars, like
rice. Oh, that's a grain.
yeah, like technically fruit and vegetables, but you know you wouldn't really count them
No,
anyway. like,
you'd have to exclude like the really high carb fruits and vegetables like potato.
yeah, potatoes.
Don't
couldn't
even,
have
be,
potato.
don't even be telling me that shit.
So you'd have to give up potato.
I already know my
Can I
answer.
just kill myself instead of doing either of these? I don't know how I could physically do either of these.
Yeah,
I don't even know how.
people do it.
I don't know how people do it. I don't know how to even come at this question because I like
So
things
many
like
things.
cheese and peanut butter and stuff, and then I like breads and pastas and pizzas and sugar and fruit.
Yeah.
How?
It's a hard question, man. Like, I mean, in an ideal world, we'd all just eat a balanced diet.
Oh yeah.
I guess would you say that less things are taken away from you if you pick the fats?
Like, if you chose to eat a low-fat diet, or if you chose to eat low carb.
If I chose to eat the low fat diet and I could eat whatever carbs I wanted,
Yeah.
would I have less
They'd probably be-
removed?
In my head,
Yes.
I think so.
yes. I think arguably yes. I mean, I guess the option there as well with picking the low fats diet is that there's a lot of like fat reduced or low fat things that you could buy, which would help limit your fat intake. So you might be able to have a little bit more of that thing than what you would normally otherwise be. But you know, you would have to say goodbye to like shaving Parmesan cheese on the top of your pastas, and yeah, pizzas would be out the window. Peanut butter, that would be gone. Like nuts and stuff in general. Fish are high in fats as well, even though they're good fats. But in regards to this question, fish are quite high in fats. Like one piece of salmon would probably put you around like what your fats in this question of like 20 grams, if that's what we're talking about, would probably put you up around that limit. So very good fats if you were just eating like a balanced diet, it's perfectly fine. But if in this question where it's really limiting all sorts of fats and carbs, then yeah.
We do not endorse these diets, by the way.
No.
that's
We think
stupid.
these diets are incredibly stupid.
I endorse a eating in moderation diet, being a normal person and exercising
Yes.
and eating regularly,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
regular food.
Yep. Indeed. But we must answer.
I think
Just go through the list. What would you least like to give up?
pizza.
What about the
Pizza is not a food group.
Yeah. What kind of food would you least like to give up?
Pizza is my food group. It's the
Pizzas?
food pyramid. It's my number one.
Oh my god.
It's the bottom rung, the biggest one. It's just pizzas. All different Domino's pizzas on the bottom rung of this pyramid. The next one is pasta. All different types of pasta.
Sure, we don't have some Italian in you somewhere, Jamie?
Probably.
Pizza.
What's Estonia
Pasta.
near?
Lasagna.
Isn't that in Italy?
No.
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 I do look Italian, but I'm not. But I do love pizza and pasta.
Pizza.
Shut up, Daisy. I think I like both. Maybe, I don't know. I think I would have to pick the low fat diet because I think I'd lose less options.
Yeah.
Like I'd have a greater variety. Like I really like fruit and vegetables, and I really like potato and like bananas and
I'm low
bread
fat
and
all the way.
stuff.
All the way.
All the way, yeah.
Low fat.
Why is
I
that?
have to have my carbs.
Oh, you like rice.
I
and
can't
stuff like
not
that.
have my carbs.
I
No.
could give up rice.
No feta though.
No, I have to do it. I can't give up my rice. Can't give up pasta.
Yeah.
Like I just no.
rice is one
I
of those
need
things.
my fruit.
They'll
All
never-
the fruit and the vegetables. I need. Oh no. And
Yeah.
I still need access to just a little bit of sweet. Like I don't have a major sweet tooth, but I still need,
Yeah, I still need to eat like a piece of fruit or something.
yeah, I still
Like
need
an
my
apricot
sweet.
or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair enough. I'm leaning towards low carb.
Oh, what? No, crazy. You're crazy.
My decision is not.
You're half
You
Italian.
are crazy. I know.
I know.
CJ, what would you eat?
Yeah.
I mean, I would still have access to a whole range of cold meats if I went with low carb, which is good. Yes, I'd have to give up
Just eating
pastas
pieces
and
of salami.
lasagnas. Look, I think that either way you cut this question, it's bad being an Italian. You're either giving up a lot of the yummy carbs or you're giving up a lot of the yummy fats. But here's my thinking. I think that if you had to pick one or the other, a low carb diet is probably the healthier of the two. Because there are a lot of healthy fats that you probably end up not getting enough of with the high carb diet. And you'd probably end up eating a lot of carbs that aren't the good kind of carbs that you should be
No,
getting.
I disagree.
Whereas okay, all right.
No.
Is this how you work as a lawyer as well? Someone's halfway through their argument, you just go, no, disagree.
Objection.
It's just a meeting, you can't object. Objection. But then also so testosterone production in men is also stimulated through healthy fat intake. So if you have
Why do you need testosterone?
Yes, CJ.
Yeah.
do you mean?
Why?
Why?
Why do you even need it?
that's like
Why
why
do
I need
But
it?
why? But why?
What are you going to do with your testosterone?
What are you going to do with all this testosterone, CJ? What?
Use it? Okay, what do you
How
mean?
fucking dare you?
So
Why is Jess even
accusatory.
questioning this?
What do you
Because
mean?
he's wrong. It's like, Jess, what are you going to do with all your estrogen?
Yeah.
Huh?
What are you going to do with it?
What do you mean? Huh?
You're going to sell it? I'm on to you. What are you
I've
doing?
never heard anybody ask that question to somebody before.
What do you plan on doing with your hormones?
I don't know. I didn't plan on doing it. It's just my body was going to do
But
it.
it's like, why is this even a consideration though?
What do you mean? Because testosterone is important for men, and
But why?
But why, CJ?
do I really need to explain why?
I know why.
Okay.
It's for your muscles.
But he doesn't
No,
want
it's
it.
not only
If he
that,
has
it's-
too much, he'll lose his hair.
It's also for like sleep and mood and all that sort of thing. Like it's
I feel like I would be way crankier if I couldn't have pasta ever again.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Fair enough. And we went from, you were like really got off that questioning his testosterone use real quick.
I just think that like with the low carb diet, you still be able to get a lot of healthy fats like nuts and fish and all that sort of stuff, and you can still have plenty of carbs in like healthy vegetables and healthy fruits and stuff like that.
For me, that is not the diet. For me. Okay,
It's
no.
not the diet for me. Neither of these is the diet for me.
Like I'm not a huge nut eater. Like I don't
Yeah,
really
me
eat
neither.
avocado, and
Avocado is not a nut, but okay.
I know, like nice
You know.
example of a nut. I don't really like nuts, like avocado.
I mean, like I'm going like nuts,
In a weird state of mind
avocados.
at the moment, Jess.
No.
What are you going to do with all your avocados?
Sell them. $4 each.
Oh yeah,
Have you not
get a
eaten-
profit.
Have The seed of the avocado doesn't count as a nut.
No, I just feel like it's just not part of my diet. Like, you know how all of these health conscious people are full into the nuts and the avocados and like the tahini paste,
the good fats.
Yeah, all the good fats.
Quote, quote unquote good fats.
The salmon and all that sort of stuff. And I know that's all, very good, healthy foods, despite the fact that it is high in fats. But for me, that is not what I would reach towards. I would rather just give me a good big bowl of pasta with tomato-based sauce, and I'm really happy. That is it. For me, that's not unhealthy. That is just...
Oh, we couldn't have creamy pasta.
No, we couldn't have creamy pastas anymore.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's
Penne
sad.
arrabbiata only.
Oh, yeah, that's yum, though. You just put some chili,
That is yum.
It's yum.
Yeah,
Big garlic.
low fat diet for me.
Yeah,
Low
fat
fat.
diet. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Wow. Giving up the cheese, Demi. I'm shocked.
I know. It's
You can have herb bread still. Can't have garlic bread. Oh, you can have garlic bread, but with no butter.
The herb bread has butter on it.
Oh, minimal.
You can have
You get a plain bread.
plain. I love plain. Peanut I can't.
You could have plain
peanut
bread,
butter.
and you could just dip it into your sauce, and you could have like extra herbs or garlic on your bread.
Yeah.
Jess has got it all worked out.
I've got it all worked out. I can. Yep.
She's thought about this.
Also, with your low fat diet, high fat diet,
Yes.
He's going
Low
the low
carb,
carb diet.
low carb diet,
Yeah.
you could not technically. Wait, I'm trying to think about this. Oh no, you'd still get access to your dark chocolate.
You pointed at me with such vigor and
Damn it.
vivacious look, like you were ready to take me on. Like I'm the defender of the low carb diet, but I'm not really.
Isn't that just how she looks at you 24/7?
Yeah.
Always in for the kill.
I'm just trying to find something that would really just kill you.
Yeah.
I,
See, like breads, like we get that really nice.
You couldn't
high
have as much
protein
milk.
bread from Aldi, and that would be a nice substitute for me for bread.
That's cardboard,
You don't like it. I like it.
but it's cardboard.
It's just like a seedy bread.
It's cardboard.
delicious cardboard.
It's nice. Yeah,
You
Extra
couldn't
seeds.
have your English muffins.
and that's true.
Ooh.
Yeah, couldn't have an English muffin.
You
anymore.
couldn't have crumpets.
But I have them with peanut butter anyway, so it's like I wouldn't eat that. I don't know how I would eat an English muffin without being able to put slather peanut butter all over it
You
anyway.
put Vegemite on your English muffins?
No.
You fucking idiot.
I guess I could try it. I'll try it. I'll report back.
All
But
right.
yeah, I don't know. No, I'm sticking with mine. I don't think there's anything that can change my mind that I can think of immediately, carbs wise.
Couldn't have tiramisu ever again.
Yeah, but I couldn't have tiramisu on the other diet either, because there's a lot of fats in tiramisu.
No one can have tiramisu.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
often.
fine.
You just
Oh.
have you can have like 1 tablespoon.
You know
of it
what
and
you
that's
can't
it.
have?
Oh,
Alcohol.
why's that?
Because alcohol is high in carbs.
It is high in carbs. No beer for CJ.
No
No
beer.
beer. Yeah,
Wine? What about wine? Is that high?
Oh, hell no.
I just have a low carb beer.
You could have a low carb beer, but
Just
But
have
even
straight
that,
spirits.
you could have like a sip.
one, yeah.
I'll just have straight spirits. I'll just have whiskey.
Which is
That's carbs. It's carbs.
because it's sugars.
Yeah.
Not
No,
that
you-
many though.
Yes, it's quite a lot.
Hey Siri, how many carbs in a whiskey? I'm find out.
Yeah, go
Talk
on.
amongst yourselves.
One serving of straight whiskey. It's not going to be that many carbs. How many carbs do you think it would be?
Well, if you want like very low carb alcohol, you'd have to get a white alcohol, so you'd have to go vodka or gin.
Yeah, I suppose I could do that.
You couldn't do whiskey.
Or just low carb beer, maybe. Whatever works. I'll figure it out. I'm not a big alcohol drinker anyway, so I feel like that wouldn't really impact my day to day much. Yeah,
The internet says 0 carbs.
No,
Yeah,
no, that's
that's what I
wrong.
thought.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
because alcohol is a sect of macros all on its own.
I'm just reading.
I'm just filling in the empty space while these guys do some Googling, trying to prove me wrong, trying to take me down.
1 nip of ouzo.
Ouzo.
And this is just the liquors that it
Yeah.
has here.
Ouzo is a sweet liquor though. Isn't
1
it?
ounce of whiskey is 0.6 milligrams of potassium.
Okay.
Why
Thank
did
you
you
for
say-
that pointless information, Debbie.
Well, this is what it fucking says.
All right.
1 nip of ouzo is 11 11 grams of carbohydrates.
Yeah, ouzo, I can believe that. Yeah,
1 nip of schnapps.
that would be very
that'd be
carby,
very
'cause that's
carby,
quite
yeah.
sweet.
7 grams.
Ah, so ouzo's higher. Well,
Curacao.
yeah.
6 grams.
6 grams. Yeah,
Amaretto. 17 grams.
Oh,
Wow,
but amaretto's so
wow.
nice.
that's a lot.
Yeah,
But what about like
That's more than
vodka
I
or
would
whiskey though? That's what I want to know. Like
It
the
doesn't
main
say.
ones.
I would
Doesn't
say it's probably 0 then.
it's probably 0 then. It's those sweetened ones that have carbs in them. I think.
Yeah.
Because whiskey isn't sweetened, is it, with sugar? As far as I'm aware, it's just it gets
Some of
its
them
flavor
could be.
from the barrels and the way that it's
Yeah,
made.
yeah.
More so, I'm sure that there's some you can get like not rum, like Jim Beam honey. I remember the Jim
Yeah,
Beam
of
honey that would
course.
obviously have carbs and stuff in it. But I think normal whiskeys and vodkas and stuff like that. You could have that. I could have them with 0 sugar Coke, or I could have it with you could have vodka and soda water with a lemon or whatever. Like
Yeah.
there are ways around it. I think.
This, like bourbon, 0 carbs. Brown rum, 0
Yeah.
carbs. Gin, 0 carbs.
Yeah.
Vodka,
Yeah.
no carbs.
Yeah.
Whiskey,
Wow.
no carbs.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
Healthy.
Beer. Ooh, boy, is that carby.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of carbs in beer. Don't you tell me. Oh no.
Oh, no, she didn't.
All right. Well, I feel like we can probably wrap
There
that.
was no unanimous decision, so you can't use a little soundbite.
Oh my god, I'm so annoyed. That's okay. That's all right. Integrity over sound bites. We didn't get a unanimous decision today. I feel like
No.
that's actually the first episode in a while that we haven't had a single unanimous decision, not even including the intro.
Yeah, I think every weekly dilemma we've had a unanimous decision until now.
Except today. Yeah.
Oh no, puppies and kittens. I think we.
No, I think we all went puppies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll
we all-
check
I
that.
think we all did
Cross-reference
puppies.
that. But I think we all went puppies. All right. Well, there you go.
Oh, there
There
you
you
go.
go. I'm prepared for our weekly dilemma this time.
How are you?
Oh,
I've thought about one.
Mm-hmm.
Sea change or tree change?
What does that
Yeah, I didn't know
You
what
don't
that
sea
means.
changes
I know what a sea change is,
No.
like moving.
to the sea.
Oh,
To the sea.
That's
Yeah.
not what a sea change is. I thought
Yeah.
a sea change was just a way of saying like, oh, I'm up for a
No.
sea change. It's
No, no,
like
no.
I'm just moving to be in a different spot.
No, sea, SEA change.
Yeah, I know.
And what's a tree change?
Moving to like the bush.
Moving to the bush.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's like,
Yep.
would you rather move close to the beach or close to into the bush?
Yeah.
Essentially,
Sea
that's what
change or
it is.
tree change?
Sea change or tree change.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Interesting.
I think
Thank
I
you.
would know what your two answers are.
Mull it
And I think
over.
you know what my answer is.
Yes.
But we'll see if we're correct.
We'll see. We will see next week.
We will see.
All right.
All right.
Catch
Happy
us
Friday the
all
13th, guys.
Happy
later.
Friday
well, it's
the
Friday the 13th
13th.
recording. This will be
Yeah.
Friday the 20th when it comes out. But
Yeah.
Yes.
hopefully you all survived Friday the 13th.
Hopefully we've all survived coronavirus.
We'll see what happens in a week
Yeah.
as well.
We'll give you our weekly
Mm.
coronavirus update.
Yes.
This just in.
We're all dead.
Someone else has COVID-19. All right.
Okay. Until next time.
Until next time.
Ciao, ciao, guys.
Well, that's it for this episode, everyone. Go and check us out on Instagram at the Dilemma Academy and leave us suggestions of dilemmas you'd like us to discuss. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, or you can email us at thedilemmaacademy@gmail.com. And if you liked the episode, why not follow us and leave a review wherever it is you listen to your podcasts. Until next time, school's out at the Dilemma Academy.